Good morning, children. How are you all today? Welcome back to the social session. Children, in the last class we started a new unit, new lesson, agriculture in India. So we have seen different forms of agricultural practices that are carried out in the country. We classified them as subsistence farming and commercial farming. We further divided the subsistence farming as a simple subsistence and extensive subsistence. And subsistence is nothing but for survival. Generally, if you cultivate the food crops for the sake of our own consumption, then such kind of agriculture is called as a subsistence farming. And simple subsistence, we also called it or mentioned it as a shifting agriculture. Generally, the tribal people and early people used to do this kind of farming practice. Later, we moved on to the commercial farming, where the farming is done for the sake of selling it in the market and making profit. So the commercial crops like cotton, tobacco, sugarcane, banana plantation, these all are called as a commercial farming. And we have mechanization also involved in this extensive commercial farming. Later, we divided the agricultural seasons into three. One is as Rabi, the second one as Kharif, and third one as Zaid. Generally, Rabi crop is sown during the winter months, that is during the months of October to December, and harvested in the summer, that is from April to June. Whereas some of the important Rabi crops are wheat. Wheat is a major crop which is grown in the states like Punjab and Haryana. Okay, barley, peas, gram, different kinds of gram, black gram, green gram, red gram, and mustards, aval. So these mustards, availability of the precipitation during the winter season due to the western temperate cyclones help in the success of these crops. That is, a harvest will be very good because of the presence of moisture from the western cyclones. And however, the success of the green revolution in Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, that is western part of Uttar Pradesh and parts of Rajasthan, has also been an important factor in the growth of the above mentioned Rabi crops. And Rabi crops, as I said you, wheat, barley, peas, mustards are the Rabi crop. Kharif crop are generally the monsoon crop. It is generally sown in the months of June. That is, by the arrival of the monsoon, they keep on sowing. So these are generally harvested in the months of September and October. Harvesting means cutting down. It gets ripen and we keeps on cutting it down. That is called as harvest. So important crops grown during this season are paddy. Generally in our region, in our area, the onset of monsoon, the agricultural works keeps on starting. And most of the agriculture festivals are also coincide with the works of the agriculture. So paddy is generally grown in this season. Maize is also grown, bajra, jowar, red gram, green gram, black gram, that means grams, and urad dal, and cotton, even jute, groundnut, and soya bean. These are the different kinds of crops that are grown during the Kharif season. In between Rabi and Kharif, you have another season called as Zaid, that is called as a summer season generally. So where there is a availability of water, good water availability is there, they go for a short season, that is Zaid season. During the summer months called as Zaid, they cultivate, and some of the crops producing during this season are watermelon, muskmelon, and even cucumber, vegetables, and some other crops are grown generally during the Zaid season. And where there is a water availability, generally they cultivate this. You know it, watermelon, muskmelon comes into the market only during the summer season. So it is cultivated generally in the Zaid season. Coming to the major crops that are cultivated in the country, a variety of food and non-food crops are grown in different parts of the country, depending upon the variation in the soil, variation in the climatic conditions and practices, cultivation practices. And major crops grown in India are paddy and wheat. You cannot exclude these. Paddy, wheat, millets, pulses, and tea, coffee, sugarcane, oil seeds, cotton, and jute, etc. are the very important crops which are grown in India. Coming to the paddy, paddy is considered as a staple food crop of a majority of people in India, because most of the people eat rice and it comes from paddy. So paddy is mostly grown. I think you also eat rice. Am I right? If you are eating chapati, then it is through the wheat, gehu. So wheat is the next staple crop of India. but paddy is a staple crop of India, where majority of the people in India eat it. And our country is the second largest producer of paddy in the world after China. China is the leading producer and followed by the India. It is a kharif crop because in kharif season we cultivate paddy, and it requires a high temperature between 25 to 40 degrees Celsius, and a high humidity with an annual rainfall of above 100 centimeters of rainfall is required. And in areas of less rainfall also you can grow it with the help of irrigation. If there is a water supply also, that means artificial supply, irrigational facilities are there, borewell is there, canal water comes, then also you can cultivate a paddy. Paddy is grown mostly in the plains of north and northeastern India, coastal areas and the delta regions of India, and development of a dense network of canal irrigation and tube wells has made it possible to grow rice even in the areas with less rainfall, such as Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh and parts of Rajasthan, which has very less rainfall also. They cultivate paddy with the help of the canal irrigation, because large canals have been built by the government of India in order to provide water to the dry areas. So that made the cultivation of paddy more suitable. Coming to the wheat, children, the second most important cereal crop, that is a food crop in India, and it is also the main food crop in the north and northwestern part of India. This is a rabi crop, requires a cool growing season. As I told you, during the rabi season, what happens is the moisture will be present with the help of the western cyclones, and a bright sunshine, a clear sky and bright sunshine is required at the time of ripening. And it requires a rainfall of 15 to 75 centimeters of rainfall, evenly distributed over the growing season, entire season. And the two important wheat growing zones in the country are, one is the Ganga and Sutlej plains in the northwestern part of India, that is Ganga to Sutlej region. Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh region is very much suitable for the cultivation of the wheat. And another area is the black soil region, the Deccan region in the central India also, where the black soil is present, but Telangana has the red soil mostly. In the black soil region of Deccan region also, wheat can be cultivated. The major wheat producing states in the country, if you look at them, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan and the parts of Madhya Pradesh, which falls under the Deccan region. So these are the two important crops which requires different kinds of climatic conditions, and these two are present in India. That's the reason India is one of the leading producer of the food crops, or food feeding the mouths of the world today. The third important crop is maize. Okay, butta. Butta khate nahi? Aap khate hai butta? So that is the maize, and about the millets and other crops we will see in the next class, children. Thank you.